Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's our visitors and our home team.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. And we are underway here on EA Sports.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10.
There we go, Sonora. Good shot.
It's a first carry for the veteran, William Wilson. And finally, they'll bring him down. And he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Ready.
Right back to Mostert on first down. And he's brought down after a gain of a
ball carrier. G.T. Tuimoloa on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Smith. That's into the hands of a rookie, Dante Thornton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
Dante Thornton.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. That's enough for a first down.
That's another.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these
line.
fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the mark.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On second down, Smith. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down
and 2.
Middle. Good shot.
From the gun, it's Gino. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go, hey. Finish it, hold.
Keno going to throw for it. Incomplete. Does not work out.
Incomplete.
And it results in a turnover
on down.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
A run with the former K-State product, DJ Giddens. And runs him down out beyond the 30s. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can... Big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Second and 10.
Go! 70 Lions!
From the gun, Richardson. He completes this one from Mallory. And it was down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
They
on
get
the play.
25 on that
Complete
connection.
to Will Mallory.
And that will be a first
and
down.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Bronco 80. Ready?
Here's a handoff to Giddens. He plunges forward, 44 yards. Eric Stokes the corner.
He was
There
brought down
on the
by
stop.
Eric Stokes. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line. Here's second and 8.
Trap 60. Come on, come on. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Ready?
Out of shotgun, Richardson. And this is too far
Richardson's
in
pass
front.
intended for
Incomplete.
Alec Pierce.
I love that they
Incomplete.
continue to stay aggressive here,
third
Mike, and that
down
route
and
right there,
8 yards
we used to
to
call
go.
it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Here we go. Go.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. That's caught inside. Richardson on the slant.
It seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Richardson. That'll be intercepted.
Richardson's pass intercepted. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10. On the carry, here's Mostert. He's planning to get back to the line. Very quick. Can't get there. Drop for the loss of a yard. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play.
At the 48-yard line.
Nothing is the score. And EA Sports, NFL Sunday. Returns after this. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. And I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, like, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
On the return is Gould. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On first down, it's Richardson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's second down and 3. Here's Richardson. Right side to down. And he is out of bounds at the 45.
A gain of 10 yards.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First and 10
really
at
nice
the
job there,
45-yard
Mike.
line.
I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Cowboy 80.
Richardson to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
First and 10.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Broncos. Get it. Cougar 19.
Richardson to throw here on first and 10. He's got his man on the in route. It's taken in over the middle. And he's caught
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The kick is good. Makes the score our home team 7. Visitors nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one.
They'll take over
through the end zone.
First down
for
and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. Keno to throw. Here's the ball. Pass is incomplete.
They got there and in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. That, Keno. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that'll go for a gain of 7. It's going to set up third down.
To Dylan Mulvey. It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
Working out of the gun. Smith. He'll throw it back. That's his running back.
Complete to
Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
But it continues into the end zone. Come back out to the 20. Richardson to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
At the 20-yard line.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And he marked out up at the 34-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
That's good.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive linemen is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
On first and 10, here's Richardson.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up
getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
Okay, ready?
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Panther 11. Ready? Hawk 70. Ready?
Richardson. 2 minutes left. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Third and long.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
This one complete to Pittman. It's a big play there on third down, but there is a marker down, and that is not a good sign for the offense.
Warriors 70. Ready? 18 Cardinal.
Now Richardson. Able to find Pittman. It's complete. And it will be taken down all the way
It's a
up
gain of 27 yards.
And they get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
46-yard line.
Ready, ready.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's first and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
Richardson, will look to throw. Right side is hauled in by one. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 20 more yards.
20-yard pickup there.
That's another.
That's enough for a first down.
First and 10 at
now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Carry now for Higgins. He ran right through one tackle. Quick gain on the ground of about 7.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Take this one in.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The extra point up and good. And his guys move out on top. 14-0.
Visitors, nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return is Dylan Loudby. Very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 44-yard line.
Smith to throw on 1st down. He gets this one to Tucker. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. From the gun, it's Gina. That one downfield, but they cannot get it. It's incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver.
Now 2nd down,
And it'll bring up 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Trying to get it to his tight end. Blocked out.
Incomplete.
And it's going to be 3rd down.
Blackman on the coverage.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
Ice.
From the shotgun, Smith. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining for one more snap here in this first half.
It's now.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's A.J. Cole now as this drive quickly stalled out. So he's on to punch it away. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Anthony Gould now to return. Now an opening past the 30. A big hole left side. And he will dive into the end zone. Nice go. It's a touchdown. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You're regrouping, you want to come out in the third quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, here's Zamir White. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. That one good for 8 does it. That's good. First down.
A really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Play action now. It's Gino. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
An unforgettable performance so far in the first half. They're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Hey, go flip her out. Flip her out. You know this?
Now a 2nd down throw for Smith. Downfield, he's got it. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
First down.
A gain of 24 through the air. And that will be a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
First down is Smith. That's caught. Smith's the tight end. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The 33.
So anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll run out of the gun. This is White. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
5-yard gain on the play.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
There we go.
On first down, right through to White. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
On the stop.
Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
A second down throw for Smith. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem sick, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there. Now keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
Smith from the gun on third down. A gain of 13. That's enough for a first down.
13 yards on
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
They'll set up the screen to White. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the
22-yard line.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Throwing on second down. Smith. That's over the middle and intercepted. He gets free. He's to the 40. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Second half, and the defense continues to be item one in this game. They've done the job of keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike. And now to come up with a pick six here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Makes the score, our home team 28, visitors nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone.
First down and
ball's coming out to the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground. Here's what. Never got started. Defense pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Smith. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Give him 14 on that one.
That's good.
And that will be a first down.
A gain of 14. And a first down.
Smith. Will be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and This ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. We're not accept.
Gino to throw. Russians, they're setting up the screens. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Tackled back at the
best
41-yard
defenders
line.
can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking them down for a loss.
It is 3rd and long.
Ready. We're not accept.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Here we go, hey. Finish the ball, hut. Here we go,
From the pistol, Smith. To his tight end, Bowers. And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors are able to cut into the deficit.
Our home team 28, visitors 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready, set. Warrior 17, 19, Charger, 19, Charger.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Completes this one to Mallory. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 26
It's a gain
yards.
there of 26 yards.
Complete to Will Mallory.
Didn't take them long to get
First
now
and
to their
10 at the
opponent's side of the
48-yard
field.
line.
I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Come on, set.
On the ground, and it's Giddens. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
On the tackle.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Ready? Hawk, go!
On second down, Richardson. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
And a first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Cougar 19.
They'll run. This is Tyler Goodson. And he takes us down to the 15-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
That's another.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
But the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
First down.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
Okay, break.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They've shoved him backwards.
Down behind the line of scrimmage.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown there.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
Giddens. And this is not going to do either. Stops for no gain. And just like that, it's third and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Looking for that final yard. It's third and goal.
Get ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
6 yards.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Raiders' kick is good. Now a timeout for injury. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. Smith now to throw on first down. He has Russell over the middle. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Up second and 3 at the 42-yard line.
On second down, a run with White. He will take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
That's good for a first down.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half.
46-yard line.
Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Set to go now on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Into the hands of Rocket. Complete. They'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Here we go. Reload yourself.
Working out of the gun, Smith. To the right side, take it in by Tucker.
Smith's pass.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage, like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Second down. Smith. That's to the right side. And caught by Ballard. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. Remember, he had a touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Brock Bowers. A gain of 14. And a first down.
On the give, it's White. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He's tackled
So I
at
think
the
as you look back
40-yard
over the
line.
course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
From the gun on third down, Smith. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That is incomplete. Intended for connection on fourth. Give the ball over on
It's a
down.
turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On the ready.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
From the gun, Richardson. Doesn't take it in, but he didn't. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one
brings
is
up second
about
and
done.
5 at the 45-yard line.
Ready up.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
Here's Richardson. They'll look to set up the screen here. They're going to work this down inside the 45. That screen goes for 12 yards. And that's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. Game they really did struggle in. Look like a different group here as they respond with